Hey everyone, welcome to Infinite Realms, and today we're going to go over the collection overview video 1. And I struggled with where to start this at, and I thought, and then I went, wait a minute, why don't I start with the background? And this background that is going to be here for the entirety of the collection overview, it was debated on whether or not to use it for background for reviews. And ultimately, I decided not to because a lot of the reviews, they're in a different scale. But for collection, this works. I think it would be really weird if I did it for reviews. But this is a replica of the actual comic shop I used to own called Infinite Realms, where I got the name from for this channel. And I owned it in the early 2000s. Long story on that one. What ended up happening was the big place that employed the people that were my clientele shut down, got out of town. I lost all my business, so I had to shut down. It's one of those local economy things you don't think about. And that very exact same business has come back, by the way. They came back 2 years later. Thanks for nothing, guys. Thanks for nothing. So, yeah, and sadly, I had to end up working for that company, and it sucked. But I won't get into that right now. But this was a lot of fun. It was a great place. All kinds of games. We had role-playing games. We had card games. We just tried to have fun with it and still, make a living for myself and those that were with me. And I did. I did okay for a while. 2 years I ran it, and a buddy of mine who made dioramas, who knew I was really big into Star Wars and G.I. Joe, just put it together for me just based off of pictures of the shop itself. And it looks really awesome. It very much matches up to everything from the parking lot to the interior, which I'll get to in a minute. You can't do one for one, but it's so good. It really is. And of course, it looks a lot better populated with characters and everything. And I really should have done. I have pulled this off my shelf. I have this sitting on top of the shelf above my Iron Man display. And excuse me, I'm rearranging some stuff in the Iron Man display right now, and so it's a mess there. And I just keep it up there, and I didn't even think about the fact I haven't dusted it in years. I haven't pulled it down in almost 5 years because I just keep it up there in the shrine area. And and I pulled it down for this video, and I went, ooh. So I'm gonna have that dusted before the next video. But yeah. Anyway, I have always loved this piece because it's so real to my life, and to me, it's a very much a prized possession. And as you see, as I populate some people in, works great with 3 3/4 inch, not so much with 6-inch, but they don't look terrible on it. I think it makes a good background for the collection videos. I would not dare try to do this for reviews, because too many of them would be out of scale, and people would be like, what is that? So, yeah, now let's turn around to the interior. And you gotta love the interior. The interior is a fantastic thing. It's got actual racks of comics, as you can see. The shelves have comics on them as well. Again, need a little dusting. In the in the windows there, you can see various statues and action figures. That's what I did. I was not facing the sun. I was facing west, so I didn't have any sun in my window. So I was able to do that without any danger of sun bleaching. And then, of course, there was the infamous little back closet with the display in the window. That's where I put a USS. I had a USS flag for sale, and I put that in the window. I finally sold that off. I finally eBayed it when I shut down the shop. And it wasn't mine. This was one I had bought specifically for the shop, cheap, from a collector. And, you know, I do have one that I'm probably going to sell off because of space. But that's beside the point. I'm not going to get into that now. Anyway, this, you know, you can't really see inside it very well. You have to go back outside. And I did put some big pieces out here. I know I had a Castle Grayskull and a Snake Mountain out there. I had some other pieces out there. I can't remember off the top of my head. Because it rotated a lot. You know, these were the expensive end stuff too. So, you know, this was the high end stuff. And, you know, of course, you had comics behind the counter and everything, just like you would expect in any comic and hobby shop. So, yeah, this was my comic shop, as close as a replica to my comic shop as can be. And I do miss it, but, you know, I'll be honest, I could go back into that business, and I won't, because it's just so tough. It's a very tough business, and you don't get to enjoy being a fan like I am now. I remember shutting it down and thinking, you know, now I can be a fan again. And it was true. I could be a fan again. And I was a fan. I could just go be a fan again. And I was happy. And at least that part of my life. The rest of it wasn't too good. But, you know, the part of my life that was a fan, it was good. Today, everything's good. But that's beside the point. But anyway, and you know, one of the detail on this thing is just amazing. I've always been impressed with it. You know, the dumpster out back has garbage in it. I mean, that's how detailed it is. And I also use this for a webcomic I did called Scale Wars. And Toxie's 118th Universe. Some people remember it. I've been really surprised how many people remember it just from this set alone. People will go, you did that webcomic years ago. And I'm like, yeah, that was me. Yeah, that was me who fell into divorce and kind of disappeared off the face of the planet. I didn't think anyone remembered. So I'm always surprised when someone mentions it. And I'm a little excited when someone mentions it. I'm like, oh, I had some impact at least, you know. I have all that stuff on an external drive somewhere. I keep meaning to go look for it and maybe post it as a video. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Yeah. Anyway, we won't get into that right now. So this is what's going to be the background. This is the prize of my collection. That is dusty as hell, but that's what it is. So now you know where the name Infinite Realms comes from. Now you know. Yeah, and I don't even, you know, the comic shop. How did I come up with the name for Infinite Realms for a comic shop? That's pretty interesting, especially since nobody could remember it. It was like Infinite Rooms. Oh, you think I'm a furniture store? Yeah, I always ran into trouble when you know, it was back in the archaic days when you had phone books too, you know, so, you know, you put yourself in the phone book and you're like, oh, I'm in the phone book. Infinite Rooms. Damn you. Damn you. Yeah, well, it is what it is, right? Okay, so this is the beginning of my collection. I might take a left turn and go towards some Iron Man stuff next time, just to be a little different. Alright, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos of the collection. I plan to do these the first and last Saturday of the month, so don't forget to tune in.